Buffalo, baby.
Okay, Bill, we're going football right now. Patriots, Bills. The Patriots are traveling to Buffalo on Monday Night Football. I have some Josh Allen questions. I have some stats for you. We're a little bit late on everything else, but you interrupted the intro to this segment with a must-win. So why don't you kick us off? Must-win for who?
Who's it a must-win for more, Patriots or Buffalo?
Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo for sure.
I think so too. And they also hold the division tiebreaker right now if you finish because of that Miami loss.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely Buffalo, whether it be tiebreaker or anything else. You've lost to the Texans. You've lost to the Jaguars. You scored 6 points against the Jags. You were supposed to run away with this division. You're supposed to have an MVP at quarterback.
After 20 years, mind you, they're finally on top.
If a rookie
guess who's coming, baby?
comes in and beats you in your house, and you got to see him 3 weeks from then. Ooh, not good for Buffalo. Speaking of that quarterback, Raymond, Josh Allen, the 8-year, $285 million Josh Allen. Who is he? Is he the MVP that people are calling him, or inconsistent middler? Who's Josh Allen to you? And I'm going to give you some statistics to maybe sway my opinion. He has thrown an interception in his last 4 games. He's thrown 2 interceptions in 3 out of the last 4 games. There have only been 4 games this season where he hasn't thrown an interception. One of those, he fumbled the ball away. 6 total fumbles this season. 2 of them lost. Patriots are going to get a turnover.
How many total picks? Do you have it off the top of your head?
I think it's 12.
Something like that.
What's Matt got? 8?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's 25 touchdowns to 12 for Josh Allen. Right. Who's Josh Allen?
He is a great game manager. I think that his coach should get more deserving credit because from
Brian Daboll?
Because he is in his ear all the way up to the last second he can be in his ear for the play clock. And he's basically dissecting. Did I say clock? Yeah, I probably did. Clock.
No, Josh McDaniels does the same thing, but carry on.
But I think that he's a better game manager. That's all it is. He's not a good quarterback. I think he is an average quarterback who's gotten very good help with Stephon Diggs. Now he's got Emmanuel Sanders, great tight end in Knox. I think he's just got the talent around him and the coaching around him that's made him the quarterback that he is.
All right, question right now. Long term, throw contracts out the window. Who you building a franchise around? Josh Allen or Mac Jones if you're the Patriots?
Mac Jones.
Do I got Belichick?
Josh Allen. He hates him. He hates him. Belichick hates him because he's trashed him. But like, if say right now, hypothetically,
am I starting this franchise with?
Yeah,
Belichick?
with Belichick.
Mac Jones.
I'm taking Josh Allen.
Josh
You're
Allen
not on your game tonight, Bill.
I've been saying this for years. Josh Allen's not as good as he looked, and this is not because of.
And Mac Jones is.
I don't think he's ever been called a game manager, Ray. So kudos to you for bringing that
game
up.
Manager. Jesus Christ, a good game manager.
The guy's got an arm that can, he's like Michael Vick in that old '90s Nerf commercial. He can throw it up.
And he can run.
Stadium. I think he's an excellent athlete. He had a good year last year as an actual quarterback, but I told you he was going to regress. Look at his first 2 years. He had a major jump in 2020. In 2019, he fucking sucked. They were looking at going in the draft to get another quarterback. He had a really good year last year with nobody in the stands, mind you. And the biggest thing I've said about Josh Allen since they've gotten to the playoffs, he will fuck up. When the time is right, he will fuck up. And last year, when they played the Colts in that division game, he fucked up. And if it was anybody other than Phillip Rivers on the other side of the ball, the Bills would have lost that game because Josh Allen fumbled it away again. So Josh Allen, incredible talent. He's got good players around him. He can beat you with his legs. He's got a good arm. I think his coaching does help him. All those things are true, Ray. But I think that he is too prone for mistakes to be considered a great quarterback at this point in his career. And I think that's a kind of a recipe for disaster if you're going to go up against
him or Joe Burrows.
Oh, now you're talking. Joe Burrows, baby.
I'll take Burrows. I don't like Allen. I've never been an Allen fan. I'll take Burrows.
I'm taking Allen. And you want to talk about coaching? I mean, Brian Daboll got his roots in the Patriots system. He's kind of bounced around with other Patriots coaches, including Nick Saban in Alabama, and now he's up there in Buffalo. He's kind of fighting for a head coaching job. But imagine Josh Allen with Josh McDaniels. I think that's a match made in heaven.
I think
honestly, I think it's a match made in heaven. He can throw it down. I think you're gonna.
Makes a lot of mistakes, Bill. He makes a.
So does Mac Jones. So does Mac.
Rookie. He's a rookie though.
Mac Jones does not make those mistakes that Josh Allen does. I guarantee you, Josh Allen gets
Lateral
sacked
backwards
to bring him out of field goal range this game, this week. He does it every
All
fucking
right,
week. He does it every fucking week. I'm not a big Josh Allen fan, but I bring it up because I think that's going to be the key to the game. Because as big of not a fan of I think that he does have the skill set that sometimes trips up Belichick's defense. He can run when the play breaks down, and he can throw when the play breaks down. So if he can scramble out of Judon's grasp and roll to his right and throw it 60 yards to the other side of the field, I can anticipate a play like that coming up. I can see him running for a 3rd and 17 or something like that to keep a drive going on. So those are things that, I'm sure Belichick is shouldn't be coaching up, but things that have burnt them in the past. Oh yeah. Who in that same vein, out of these guys, and who do you think beats the Patriots if they lose on offense for the Bills? Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, Dawson Knox, the tight end, or Josh Allen running the ball?
I think
who's your threat?
Dawson Knox right now because Duggar's out. I think that you have two. I think Diggs is going to be a threat. He torched J.C. Jackson last year. Torched him. But I think the Duggar with the COVID is a big issue because Dawson Knox is first in the NFL in touchdown passes or tied with Hunter Renfrow. So I mean that he's a big target. Josh Allen. He had 2 touchdowns against New Orleans last week. So I mean that you could. It all starts with him. I mean, he's an athletic tight end.
Raymond?
Yeah, Bill took my thunder because I agree. I think with Duggar out, that tight end is going to be very wide open because who's going to be replacing Duggar? Bill?
Probably Adrian Phillips, maybe Harvey Lange, Jamie Collins came back in practice. They're probably both playing, but it would have to be Adrian Phillips would be my guess, unless you're putting Jamon Williams in and throwing him up there.
Yeah.
Cole, no teeth, QAnon loving Beasley. He's gonna hurt you.
They struggle because Jonathan Jones is out. You lost Jonathan Jones, he's probably top 5-6 slot corner in the NFL, and you lost him for shoulder injury or whatever, knee injury.
I think it was his shoulder. I just see. I mean, Stephon Diggs burnt him last year. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first game after Stephon Gilmore went out. And they were still playing a lot of man. We know J.C. Jackson is not at his best in one-on-one man coverage. I can see him bracketing Stephon Diggs. Emmanuel Sanders has lost the step. Tight ends haven't beat them badly this season. The Duggar injury hurts for sure. If COVID, if he can't play, then it hurts. There's not a lot of matchup for Cole Beasley, and he's 3rd, 4th option. So I can see him picking up some.
He's always, and if you look at him in his Buffalo Patriots versus Patriots games, he's actually done good 80-90 yards a game, over 100 yards. They've always struggled. Dude, Wes Welker became a Patriot because they struggled stopping the slot receivers that just sat underneath that were perfect for Brady.
All right, let's run through some of the strengths of each team here. Bills defense, Patriots defense are basically 1-2 in the league. Bills defense is allowing 96.6 rush yards per game. That's good for 6th in the NFL. 178.5 passing yards, good for 2nd, and 15.8 points, good for 2nd in the NFL. Patriots defense is 1st in points allowed at 14.8, 3rd in passing yards allowed at 200.9. They have the edge in sacks, interceptions, forced fumbles, and pass deflections. Offensive lines, Pro Football Focus has the Patriots with the 3rd best offensive line in football right now, and the Bills 13th. All to say, I think it's going to be a low-scoring, close game, which we haven't seen from the Patriots in a while. It'll be interesting to see how they react. Before you guys go, let me just give you the rundown here. The old who gets the check mark in the column. I've given you mine in the email, but you tell me. Let's start with coach. Who is the better coaching plan of the Bills and Patriots? Raymond?
Patriots.
Clean sweep. Quarterback. Who you taking?
Buffalo, Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Okay, clean sweep. Build it. Right, come on. Take Mac Jones just for a little bit of
Mac Jones.
We talked about that one, idiot.
Convenient. Pass catchers, tight ends, running backs, wide receivers, everyone's who gets in your pass. Who do you give the edge to, Bills or Patriots?
Bills.
Patriots.
Yep. You like Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar and
I think Hunter Henry's gonna have I think he's gonna have a good game, in the red zone after that miscue last week. So yeah, I think Hunter Henry's going to bounce back, and I think Jonnu Smith, they're trying to get him involved even more. So I think it's going to be a big game for our wide receiving core.
Give me Diggs, give me Beasley. I'll take the corpse of Emmanuel Sanders. I think he's better than your third option on the Patriots. And then Dawson Knox is again he's a huge red zone threat, and Josh Allen very rarely misses them in those red zone targets that you would just
was that a slight
alluded
dig
with.
at Mac?
Yes, it was, sir.
It was closer than I thought in my mind. I think Stephon Diggs makes the separation. He's he's good. I think he's going to have a bad game because the Patriots.
And he's been good with
game.
some bad quarterbacks.
Yeah. With Minnesota, he was great. The running game, Bills or Patriots?
Patriots.
Clearly. Run defense.
Buffalo, just based off what we saw last week. Yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots run defense doesn't.
And honestly, I think game plan is they're going to let Buffalo kind of run on them long drives, kind of keep. You know what I mean? It just has that feel of that game because they're going to try to contain. I mentioned it Monday that I think they're going to try to contain Josh Allen. They're going to rush forward. They're going to jump a bunch of guys back in coverage to stop Josh Allen, keep him in the pocket, kind of stop him from running, and let the Buffalo Bills run all over him. So
I agree. Patriots pass defense or Bills pass defense.
Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots because you just lost White. If White was in this game, I'm taking Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm taking the Pats too. And special teams. Finally on the special teams. Who you got?
The Patriots, because I consider Nick Folk a special teamer. He's had 15 field goals.
Thanks, Bill.
He is the special teams.
Well, I mean,
how many edibles you fucking do on the ride home, Bill?
A lot.
That's 4. That's a cumulative 4-3 win in the Patriots' favor. So let's go on to predictions of this game. What do you expect to see? Bill, why don't you go first as your eyes close?
I'm taking Buffalo.
Ooh.
Yeah, I just think it's a big road test for Mac. He's undefeated on the road right now, but he hasn't faced anyone in like the crowd in Buffalo. Those guys are degenerates throwing dildos on the field every year. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple dildos fly on their field. They're finally back. It's the first Patriots Buffalo game in 2 years with fans in the stands. I expect 27-23 because I expect like 4 or 5, maybe 6 Nick Folk field goals and a Mac Jones touchdown.
Nice.
That's my
some MJ10 dildos thrown on the field.
Yeah, chapter 1 dildos.
Raymond, some predictions for the game.
Patriots in a runaway, 35-17.
That's it. That's where we'll leave it. What's
yours?
Yeah, it's close to. I can see a 4-point win out of Buffalo, similar to what you were thinking, Bill. But no, I'll roll Pats. I'll say that their offense gets clicking. No Tre'Davious White. They can get some passing on them, and that Patriots defense will show up. That Patriots defense will show up and hold them to. 21.
Yeah, I already got a spite pick coming out.
24-21 Pats. We'll close it up right after the break.